Using the Benina B325 sewing machine. Our sewing machines are available for independent use, and this video is intended to give you the tools to get started. If you would like a sewing lesson, talk to a creative staff member and we can point you to some local classes. In this video we will show you how to thread the machine and wind a bobbin, and how to sew a straight and a zigzag line. Powering on the sewing machine. First, locate the power cord in the foot pedal. Take the power cord and plug the piece that looks like a figure 8 into the corresponding hole on the right side of the sewing machine. Then, plug the other end into the power point. Turn on the power button on the sewing machine. For safety, leave the sewing machine powered off for the rest of the setup and threading. Next, take your foot pedal and unwind the cable underneath. Plug this into the side of the sewing machine, then place it on the floor under the table. Threading the sewing machine. Threading the upper thread. To prepare to thread your sewing machine, turn off the power, raise the presser foot, and make sure your needle is at its highest position by adjusting the dial on the right of the machine. Take your spool of thread and place it on either the upright spool holder or the horizontal holder. With the horizontal holder, secure the spool with the spool disc. The vertical spool holder folds up from the side of the sewing machine. Hold the end of the thread and bring it under the rear guide. Following the arrows, bring the thread towards you and through the small channel to the bottom of the take-up cover. Hook the thread underneath and bring it back up the other side, then hook the thread around the take-up lever. Bring the thread down and hook it around the first thread guide from the right, then down and through the second thread guide from the left. Gently push the thread through the eye of the needle and pull the thread towards the back of the machine, leaving a tail. Threading the sewing machine. Lower or bobbin thread. Start by removing the bobbin case from the sewing machine. Open the flap below the needle and grab the latch of the bobbin case. Pull this out of the machine. Turn the bobbin case over so you can see a donut shape. Get your bobbin and orient it so that you have the thread coming up the left side and going clockwise. It should look like a lowercase letter B. Push the bobbin into the bobbin case and grab the thread. Pull the thread around the bobbin case and press into the notch. Bring the thread back to the left and hook it under the spring. The thread should sit in the slot and move freely when you pull it. To put the bobbin and case back into the sewing machine, hold the case upright and use the latch to guide it into place. It should look like a lowercase letter B. Press it in and you should hear it click into place. Take the tail thread and pull it to the right and through the small blade. Cut off the excess thread and close the flap. With this model of sewing machine, you can leave the bobbin thread like this and the machine will pick it up when we start sewing. Congratulations! Your sewing machine is ready to be used. Winding the bobbin. When the bobbin runs out of thread, you will need to unthread your machine and use the larger spool of thread to transfer more over to the bobbin reel. Unthread the machine by winding the thread spool back up. Place your empty bobbin on the post on top of the machine. Take the thread and hook it under the first guide, then follow the arrow in a clockwise direction around the small round post. Wrap your thread around the bobbin a couple of times. Hold the thread tightly, then click the latch over to the left. The machine should automatically start winding the thread and you can let go once it has wound a few times. It will click off once the bobbin is full, or you can stop it manually at any point. There is a thread cutter on the side of the latch that you can use to separate your bobbin. Now you can re-thread the sewing machine with both the upper thread and the bobbin. Sewing a straight line. To start sewing, first make sure that your needle is at its top position by winding the hand wheel. Then raise the presser foot by lifting the lever around the back. Check that the sewing machine is on preset number 1. Place your fabric under the foot, lining the edge up with one of the guidelines on the foot plate. This will determine your seam allowance, so check your pattern before you sew. Lower the foot onto your fabric and slowly use your foot to control the pedal, starting off gently. Use your hands to safely guide the fabric, and once you have done a few stitches, stop and hold the reverse button down to lock your stitch into place. Then continue sewing back over your locked stitch and all the way to the end of your seam. When you reach the end, reverse again to create another locked stitch. Take your foot off the foot pedal, lift the lever to raise the presser foot off your fabric and gently pull your fabric to the left. Cut the threads on the thread cutter and trim them off your fabric with scissors. Amazing work! Ka pai tō mahi. Sewing a zigzag stitch. To use the zigzag stitch, try preset number 2. Press the button and the machine will automatically change the settings for you. Follow the same process of sewing a few stitches, reversing, then continuing, remembering to reverse at the end of your seam as well. For more machine-specific information, please see the user manual. Happy sewing! Remember to check out our website for how to access and use the sewing machines at Christchurch City Libraries.